Hello, everyone. My name is Anthony Iozia, and I proudly represent Atlas Ocean Voyages. I am here on behalf of the CruiseWeb, and they are kindly enough to allow me to present not only Atlas Ocean Voyages, but more specifically our Antarctica cruise and the various departures we have coming up over the next several years. So we do have a lot of people joined in right now. I am a couple minutes early. We will allow have a few more seconds to allow a few of the stragglers to join in. So I'm going to share my screen while we're waiting for a few more people. So please bear with me. Just a few more seconds, about 10 more seconds. I see a lot of people signing up. Alrighty. Well, once again, thank you everyone for patiently waiting and joining this webinar. I've been working with the CruiseWeb for many, many years. I've been in the business now. January will be my 30th anniversary in the business. I have a few years over the CruiseWeb, but they've been in business, as you can see on their next to their logo there, 27 years in business, which is incredible. So I want to tip my hat to the fine people at the CruiseWeb for not only being in business for that long, but also just really taking care of their clients for several decades. And once again, thank you, CruiseWeb, for allowing me to present to your people. And of course, I'd like to thank everyone that's joining us today in this webinar. So without any further ado, we'll get right into things. So Atlas Ocean Voyages, we've been around not as long as I've been in the business, or not as long as CruiseWeb has been in the business, but we've been in business now for close to 3 years, but we just had our first sailing in August of this year. So we've only been operating sailings over the last few months. So we're brand spanking new. Our ships are not even broken in yet. So it's a very exciting time to be a part of this company. So we are known as Luxe Adventure. So it's a combination of adventuresome type cruising, but it's also luxurious. It's like our own category that we created in the cruise industry, the pairing those two together, because some adventures are very rugged and roughing it, and maybe the accommodations aren't as great as you would like, or the meals or the service. But we are able to pair both luxury and adventure, and it's paid off very well since we started. So on today's agenda, we're going to talk a little bit about Atlas Ocean Voyages and what the experience is all about. And then we're specifically going to talk about Antarctica and what current promotions we have going on. So let me tell you a little bit about the cruise ship. We are based in Fort Lauderdale, and we are an all-inclusive brand. And I'm going to go into that a little further to explain exactly what is included. And like I mentioned, we are in our own category, which is Luxe Adventure. Our first ship, the World Navigator, just debuted in August of 2021. And this new travel experience that we created is really no ordinary adventure. It has a lot of authentic experiences, takes you to places where maybe the bigger ships can't get you. What the ship offers as far as technology is above and beyond most cruise lines out there, and we'll go into that further on. Now, the World Navigator, it's able to cruise without a propeller, so we're not disturbing the wildlife. We're even able to stay still without dropping an anchor, without disturbing any life that's down below, any sea life that's below. We're protecting. We have the latest technology and safety protocols. There are 98 staterooms and suites on board our ship. We have one ship that's out now and another one that's coming out in July of next year. We have 3 different categories of 1-bedroom suites and then 4 categories of veranda. And our crew to guest ratio is low. So what that means is for every passenger, we have a lot of crew taking care of these passengers. So our ratio is 1 to 1.4. So for every 1.4 guests that we have one employee catering to their needs. We have 4 dining venues as well as 24-hour room service. We have grab and go options as well in the wellness area. And then we have a nice cafe by the pool. We have 2 main lounges and an auditorium. We have a heated pool and hot tubs. We have a wellness area with free fitness classes as well. And then we have the water's edge, which is the observation deck. So what's included in all of our journeys is you get obviously all your gourmet cuisine, but premium beer, wine, and spirits. Unlimited is included, as well as your non-alcoholic beverages. You have reusable bottles are in every stateroom and suite, and then we have filtered water stations around the ship where you could fill up the water bottle as well. We're trying to take care of the environment, trying to use as little plastics and single-use items as possible, because it's all about taking care of the planet. That's L'Occitane bath amenities, which are nice to have. Free shore excursions in every port. So every port we go, not only in Antarctica, but anywhere around the world, we will have some options that are complimentary as well. Bicycles, kayaks, and paddle boards are used. I don't know how many people will be bicycling in or biking out in Antarctica, down in Antarctica. We have some laundry and dry cleaning service. Actually, I need to remove that. The dry cleaning service, we do not have dry cleaning services on board, but we do have laundry services, which is available on board the ship. But we get 1 bag of complimentary laundry service per journey, and then additional services are available. Standard Wi-Fi is included. Gratuities are included. If you have a suite, if you're lucky enough to have a suite, butler service is complimentary. Round trip ground transfers are included, and then airfare is included from the 16 different gateways. So most of the gateways, the major gateways around the country are included, and some of the smaller gateways, there might be a small surcharge to get you to your destination, and then emergency evacuation and return insurance is included. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but these are the various suites that we have and various staterooms that we have. You see the Navigator suite is our largest 1-bedroom suite at 465 square feet, and that includes a 106 square foot balcony. And then we have other suites and staterooms that have both balconies and what we call a Juliet balcony, which is not a balcony you could go onto, but there's the windows open so wide that it's like a French balcony or Juliet balcony. And then the smallest stateroom we have is 270 square feet. You do see the adventure stateroom there. That's a single staterooms, which are 183 square feet. And this is what some of the suites and the hallway and the staterooms look like. So they're beautifully appointed. Have the mini bars in there, which are stocked, and obviously your TV and a sitting area, but very, very comfortable. And this is some of the common areas, some of the venues and entertainment that we have, some of the lounges and the swimming pool area, as well as the restaurant and the spa area. A cuisine on board is fresh and locally curated. We're going to be getting a lot of our food from South America and then bringing it on board the ship. And you're going to have some delicious cocktails as well, which are complimentary and unlimited throughout the entire cruise. This is our first ever season. So for 21 and 22, our inaugural season, these are some of the destinations that we are visiting this year and next year. The Aegean Sea, Black Sea, Holy Lands we did already, Western Mediterranean we did already. We did the transatlantic to the Caribbean, and we're just wrapping up the Caribbean now, and the Amazon heading through South America. And then we'll be in Antarctica very, very soon, where we're going to have many departures starting up very, very soon. So what does Antarctica look like when you're on board one of our ships or on our one ship that we have now, the World Navigator? So many people have been to a few continents, and I know a lot of people that have been to 6 of the 7 continents. And usually when you ask them, what continent did you not go to? And 9 times out of 10, Antarctica is the last continent to get to visit. And it's just for various reasons, they can't get time off, or could be financial, family. I mean, there's a million reasons why you can't. But if you have the time and the money, this is the great time to go. Coming out of the pandemic, prices have never been lower. There's space on the ship, so it's a great time to take advantage of these great deals that are going on now. Now, with Atlas, we have 3 distinct cruises. We have the Antarctica Discovery. It's a 9-day cruise. And this we have many, many departures. And then we have Crossing the Circle program, which is a 12-night program. This each year we have 1 departure. And then we have the solar eclipse departure, which once again, there's only 1 sailing per season. All right. Now some fun facts about Antarctica. The Greek word Arctis actually means bear, and Antarctica means no bears. A lot of people think polar bears are in Antarctica, but actually they're not. They're in the North Pole, not in the South Pole. And Antarctica is actually a desert. It's one of the driest continents. Ice can be up to 2 miles thick. It's the windiest, coldest, and highest places on Earth. There's no time zone in Antarctica. And they have 6 months of constant daylight in the summer and 6 months of darkness in the winter. And keep in mind, since Antarctica is south of the equator, they have different seasons than where we are in the United States. So their winters are summer and our summers are and vice versa. So the weather is pretty constant. It's upper 20s and low 30s. And you can expect wind, rain, and snow, and lots of sunshine, and the weather can change quickly. So it could be gorgeous 1 second, and then a little wind and rain might come through, and then boom, it's sunny again. 3 season changes. They have the early, mid, and late season of Antarctica. The early season is considered November to mid-December, and this is great for photography, the beautiful snow and snowshoeing. The mid-season is considered the mid-December to the end of January. This has the warmest temperatures and has a great mix of wildlife. Also, you might have a chance to see some birthing with the penguins and seals. And then the late season is end of January to end of March. And this is the best for accessibility and most mammal viewing. So what will you see in Antarctica? Penguins is very common. You're going to see a lot of penguins. And this is a list of some of the penguins that you'll be able to see. A couple of them, like the king and the emperor ones, are a little more rare. So we do our best. Our experts will do our best to locate them. You also see seals, various types of seals, breeds of seals. The elephant one is the most rare, and we'll do everything in our power to try to locate a couple of the elephant seals. Whales are very common out there. Orca, humpback, and sperm whales are the most common, and then blue whales are more challenging to locate, but we will do our best to try to locate them. And then there's a lot of birds out there as well that you'll be seeing throughout the journey. So with us, with the World Navigator, is an ice exploration ship. So it is built for extreme weathers, extreme temperatures, and handles it very, very well. We have multiple Zodiac landings included, so that's also included in the price. Plus, we'll have some optional excursions. We have different type naturalists and experts on board, and I'll touch on those individuals in a second. And then you also have parkas, muck boots, and other things like binoculars included. The muck boots and the binoculars are just for you to use for the trip, and the parkers are yours to keep, to take home with you. Here's just a handful of photographs. I'm not going to elaborate on these, but just to see some of the beauty, natural beauty of Antarctica. See the Zodiac boat tucked away in that little cove over there. Just a couple more. So our most common trip that we have, and the one that we have the most frequent departures, is our Antarctica Discovery. It's a 9-night program, and you fly into Ushuaia. It's in and out of Ushuaia, and you cross the Drake Passage, heading over towards the South Shetland Islands. And then we have what we call captain's choice, where the captain of the ship determines what ports or what areas we're going to visit next, depending on weather, depending on wildlife, and what he deems makes the most sense for the safety of our people, but also for the most enjoyment and viewing of our people. And then we'll cross the Drake Passage, cruising Cape Horn, Chile, and then ending up back in Ushuaia. And there's the map on the right that gives you a better idea. This map is kind of backwards. You think that the land would be white and the water would be that bluish gray, but we did it differently. And then one of the departures where we only have one departure of is crossing the Arctic Circle, crossing the circle. So this program is similar to the other one, but you see here where it does droop down on the photo on the right, or the map on the right, that it does pass the Antarctic Circle. Not many of the cruises offer that, so that's why it's a little bit longer, 12-day program. And then we have another program, which is the solar eclipse. We only have the one sailing of this, and you'll get to see the solar eclipse when you're much further east of Ushuaia. You'll see where on the map where it says the eclipse viewing there on the one specific day. And that's not too many people get to witness this. And then on board, we'll have a lot of enrichment available. We'll have different seminars and lectures that are complimentary that are available throughout. And these lecturers and experts will be on the cruise the entire time, and they'll be having dinner with some of the guests. They'll be, maybe having a cocktail at the bar. They'll be leading some of the excursions. And the typical type experts that we have are marine biologists. We'll have naturalists, ornithologists, glaciologists, geologists, and photographers. So these experts are truly know Antarctica inside and out, and they're going to share the wealth of knowledge that they acquire through the years of being the experts in their field. Also, this is a major plus with us. We charter a jet, and it's included in all of our programs, jet service from Orlando to Ushuaia before you board the ship. So very few companies offer this, because getting from your home airport, wherever you are in the United States, and getting to Ushuaia, with most companies doing Antarctica, it's a big challenge. And that's why very often Antarctica is the last continent that people visit, is because the difficulty of getting to the southernmost point of the world is a challenge. And we make it much easier by having this private jet service. So no matter where you live in the world, we have the service included, where you'll be on a regular flight, a commercial flight from your local gateway getting you to Orlando. And then we have a chartered jet just for our passengers, just for our 180 some odd people that are joining the sailing. Will get on board and have a direct flight down to Ushuaia. So it's a major plus, and major cost savings as well, and a time saver. We do have some promotions going on right now. We have one big promotion, and it was actually just announced yesterday. So I'll get into the details of that. So it's any 9-day Antarctica cruise, which is departing this January and February coming up. The cost is $8,100 per person, and that includes taxes and fees. And right now, if you check on our website, or you check with any of the travel advisors at the CruiseWeb, our current price, our starting price, is $11,199, and that does not include taxes and fees. So you're going to save well over $3,000 per person. We're doing that now because sailings are coming up in January and February. We do have a handful of open staterooms on each of our departure, and we just wanted to fill up the last few cabins that we have. So we have this incredible promotion, and it's not available to every travel agency. So if you go to another travel agency, they will not know of this promotion. And if you called up Atlas Ocean Voyages directly, they do not even offer this promotion. It is only available to customers of the CruiseWeb because of the great relationship that I've had with the CruiseWeb for the last 20 some odd years, and the fact that they're have such a great reputation in the industry, that we have this special promotion just for people of the CruiseWeb. All right, so if you want to, if this is too soon for you, you can't take advantage of something that's going to happen in January or February of this year. We're going to have many cruises starting up again in November of next year. It's just going to be, you know, $3,000, $4,000 more. So, and I understand if you can't do it this soon, it is short notice, but I just wanted to at least throw this out there for you. So make sure you contact the CruiseWeb to not only book Antarctica, but any cruise that we offer, or really any other cruise line offers out there. I mean, they, like I said, I've known them for many, many years. They just have a great reputation. They really take care of their clients. So keep that in mind. We look forward to you coming on board. I do see a couple questions have come in. Let me read those. I promised the CruiseWeb I wouldn't keep this too long, so I could take maybe a couple questions here. Let me see here. We got Mary from Cincinnati, Ohio has a question. She said, what is your most popular excursion? Thanks, Mary. Like I mentioned, we do have excursions that are included, kayaking and maybe some Zodiac excursions are included, and some land excursions are included complimentary. We do have some excursions that are optional for an additional fee. And believe it or not, our most popular excursion that you would pay extra for is sleeping on the ice. It's like you would set up your campsite ahead of time. You would personally go on the land, set up your campsite, dig like a hole where you'd be sleeping in. It sounds crazy, but it sells out. Like most of our departures are sold out already for this option. We do have some available, I think, on a couple of our departures. So you would set up your campsite and then go back on the ship, you know, maybe have another cocktail or two, have a nice warm dinner, shower, and get ready, and then go back on the land and literally sleep on the ice. So that for Antarctica, that has been our number one excursion. I got another question here. This is Jack from Bethesda, Maryland. He said, is anything else included that I didn't cover? Let me think, because I mentioned the gratuities. Did I mention gratuities are included? All your meals, all your adult beverages are included. Wi-Fi is included. I don't know. I don't think I mentioned emergency evacuation insurance is included as well. So God forbid, you know, you do need to be evacuated. Coming from a place like Antarctica could be very, very expensive. That insurance is included. I don't believe I mentioned transfers when you arrive in the southern tip of Argentina, the southernmost part of the world, or of the South America. Once your private charter jet lands, we will have private transfers take you from the airport to the ship to get on the ship. And then when the cruise ends, there'll be transportation waiting for you as well. All right. I think everything else I covered. I mentioned the Parkers included. I'm running out of time here. I know, like I said, I promised I'd keep it short and sweet. I have time for one more question. This is from Priscilla, Dana Point, California. I don't know. I've never heard of Dana Point, California. She says, how many departures do we have coming up and in the future? All right. I guess I didn't cover this yet. Thanks for bringing us up, Priscilla. We have 13 departures coming up soon. So the Antarctica season is kind of limited. I did have the one slide for that. It's pretty much November through March. So we have 13 departures coming up this particular season, which is coming up in a few weeks and going through March. And we have one ship, like I mentioned now, the World Navigator. 196 people is what it holds. We take about 188 people on Antarctica because we keep some cabins for the extra experts and that we have on board. So this year we'll have this season we'll have 13 departures. Next season we're going to have 19 departures in Antarctica because we're having a second ship is being built right now. It's almost done. The outside is done. We're still finishing up the interior. That identical twin ship to the Navigator, it's going to be called the World Traveler, is coming out in July of next year, just in time for Antarctica season. So this year we have one ship. Next season we have two ships and a lot more departures. All right, so that's all the time I have. I appreciate everyone joining in. And if you have any questions, any additional questions I couldn't get to, please reach out to the CruiseWeb. They'll gladly answer any questions that you may have. Their phone number is listed here, 1-800-377-9383. And I appreciate your time. Look forward to seeing you on board, and have a great year. Thank you. Bye-bye.